There are moments in life when the impossible suddenly feels possible, when the horizon you thought was forever distant seems just within your grasp. It is in these moments that the limits you believed existed begin to dissolve, and you realize that the boundaries were never truly outside, they were within your own mind. When the sky feels within reach, it is not just a dream, it is a signal that your inner potential has awakened, waiting for you to take the leap. Limitations are rarely imposed by the world, they live mostly in the mind. We look at the vast sky and convince ourselves it is unreachable because we have built walls of doubt and hesitation inside. Every "I cannot" and every "it is impossible" is a self-imposed barrier that keeps the horizon distant. When you begin to question these inner boundaries, when you recognize that fear and uncertainty are the real limits, the sky no longer feels unattainable. Your mind, once the cage, becomes the gateway to what was always possible. Belief transforms perception and fuels action. When you truly allow yourself to believe that what once seemed distant can be reached, your energy aligns and obstacles begin to shrink. The act of reaching toward the sky is less about defying the world and more about stepping fully into the power you have always carried. Belief awakens courage, sharpens focus, and ignites determination that pushes beyond hesitation. It is the seed that grows into action, showing you that the sky is only far away because you have not yet stretched toward it. Effort alone is not enough, clarity must guide it. Many struggle because they move without direction, pouring energy into scattered motion. To touch what seems impossible, every step must have intention. Every action must be purposeful. Clarity turns movement into progress and transforms small efforts into powerful momentum. When mind and action are aligned, the seemingly unreachable sky begins to feel tangible, and every step brings it closer within reach. Fear transforms when you approach the unknown with curiosity. The closer you get to reaching heights you once thought impossible, the more the trembling of doubt turns into fascination, into a desire to explore. Fear does not vanish, but it loses control. The moments that once paralyzed you become points of learning, guiding you to expand your capacity. Curiosity turns hesitation into insight, and the sky, which once seemed distant, starts to appear as a challenge your mind is eager to embrace. Your potential is limitless when you dare to stretch beyond perceived boundaries. Every boundary you thought existed is a reflection of untested belief, and every step beyond it reveals the vastness of your own capacity. The sky is not merely a destination but a mirror of your courage, clarity, and persistence. Each effort, each moment of overcoming doubt brings the unreachable closer. In understanding this, you realize that the horizon is not fixed, it moves as you rise, and what was once distant is now a reflection of the infinite possibilities within you. Belief is the spark that transforms imagination into reality. When you allow yourself to truly believe that something is possible, your mind begins to organize itself around that vision, your focus sharpens and your energy moves with purpose. Belief is not passive, it commands action, directs attention and reshapes your perception of obstacles. What once appeared insurmountable begins to reveal pathways you could not see before, and the impossible slowly bends toward possibility. True belief changes the way you respond to challenges. When doubt arises, belief acts as a stabilizing force, reminding you of your capacity to endure and overcome. It turns hesitation into momentum, fear into determination, and uncertainty into clarity. Belief does not eliminate difficulty, but it allows you to meet every obstacle with a steady mind and unwavering commitment, transforming challenges into stepping stones rather than barriers. Belief also fuels resilience. When setbacks occur, those who hold strong belief see them not as failures, but as opportunities to adjust and grow. The energy generated by belief keeps you moving forward even when external circumstances seem to conspire against you. It is a force that reinforces persistence, allowing you to maintain vision and direction when most would surrender, and it creates a rhythm between intention and action that drives consistent progress. Belief shapes perception as much as action. When you are certain that something can be achieved, your mind begins to recognize solutions, resources, and allies that were invisible before. What once seemed like a dead end transforms into a path forward. Obstacles are no longer intimidating, they become challenges to engage with, opportunities to learn, and tests to sharpen your focus. Belief rewires how you experience the world, making the unreachable feel within grasp. Ultimately, belief becomes a self-fulfilling force. The energy it generates aligns thoughts, emotions and actions toward the goal you pursue. Every effort, every decision, and every step taken under the guidance of belief compounds, bringing the vision closer to reality. When belief is unwavering, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable, and the sky that once felt distant begins to move within reach, reflecting the power of a mind that dares to trust itself completely. Effort alone is never enough to reach what you truly desire. Many push themselves tirelessly, yet they wander in circles because their actions lack direction. Without clarity, hard work becomes scattered energy, dissipating into effort that yields little progress. True progress comes when every step you take has purpose, when every action is guided by an understanding of what you truly want and why it matters. Clarity focuses the mind and aligns energy with intention. When you know exactly what you are reaching for, distractions lose their power and indecision fades. Effort guided by clarity is like a river flowing with force. It moves directly toward its destination instead of spreading into countless useless streams. Purposeful action multiplies the impact of every effort, making each moment of work more significant than 100 aimless attempts. When effort meets clarity, obstacles transform into guides. Challenges no longer seem insurmountable because you see them in the context of your larger goal. Every difficulty becomes an opportunity to refine your approach, to strengthen your resolve, and to learn what is truly necessary. Clarity gives you the perspective to distinguish between what demands your energy and what is merely a distraction, making your journey more efficient and your progress more visible. Clarity also breeds confidence. When your actions are intentional, you trust that each step you take brings you closer to your goal. You no longer act out of panic, impatience, or reaction. Instead, you move with precision and purpose. This alignment between effort and understanding reduces wasted energy and increases the likelihood of achieving results that are both meaningful and lasting. Ultimately, the combination of effort and clarity is what turns dreams into reality. Hard work without direction may tire you, and clear vision without action achieves nothing, but when they meet, they create unstoppable momentum. Every decision becomes a step forward, every challenge a lesson, and every effort a building block toward reaching heights that once seemed impossible. Fear is a natural response when you face the unknown, but it begins to dissolve the moment curiosity takes its place. When your attention shifts from what could go wrong to what you can discover, fear loses its grip. The mind that was once frozen by doubt becomes energized by questions, possibilities, and the urge to explore. Curiosity acts like a torch in the dark, illuminating paths that fear once made invisible, revealing opportunities hidden behind hesitation. As curiosity grows, the edges of fear blur and shrink. You start to see obstacles not as threats, but as puzzles to solve and experiences to understand. The same situation that once paralyzed you now becomes a field for learning and experimentation. Curiosity changes the lens through which you perceive challenges, transforming danger into engagement and uncertainty into a journey of discovery. What was intimidating before becomes intriguing, and fear is replaced by an eagerness to move forward. Curiosity encourages action in ways fear never could. Fear tends to hold you back, keeping you within safe boundaries and preventing growth. Curiosity, on the other hand, propels you outward, urging you to take steps you would not have imagined possible. Each small exploration builds confidence and reduces the power of fear, showing that the unknown is not something to dread, but something to engage with, understand and master. When curiosity leads, mistakes and failures no longer paralyze you. They become part of the process, sources of insight rather than reasons to retreat. The willingness to experiment and question allows you to navigate uncertainty with intelligence and flexibility. Fear disappears not because danger vanishes, but because your mind focuses on discovery and learning rather than on the possibility of failure. Curiosity transforms hesitation into courage and hesitation into forward movement. Ultimately, curiosity turns fear into a guide rather than a barrier. It shows you that the sky is not a distant, untouchable place but a horizon waiting to be explored. Each step taken with curiosity expands your capacity to move beyond self-imposed limits and embrace the unknown. Fear may arise again, but with curiosity, it is no longer paralyzing, it becomes a companion in the pursuit of growth, knowledge and the realization of what is truly within your reach. The journey itself carries more lessons than the destination ever could. Each step taken toward a goal shapes your character, sharpens your awareness and strengthens your resolve. The path is never smooth, and it is in navigating the obstacles, uncertainties and unexpected turns that your true potential emerges. Achievements alone cannot teach endurance, humility or wisdom. These qualities are forged only in the process of striving, failing and rising again. Challenges along the way test your limits and reveal the depth of your strength. Moments of struggle force you to confront your doubts, fears and weaknesses, turning them into opportunities for growth. Every setback becomes a lesson in patience and every difficulty a reminder of your resilience. It is through this active engagement with life that the mind and spirit expand, preparing you for the heights you aim to reach. The journey transforms perspective. When you are fully immersed in the process, you begin to see the value in each experience, whether painful or joyful. Success becomes not just a measure of achievement, but a reflection of the effort, discipline and courage invested along the way. You learn to appreciate progress in increments, finding meaning in persistence rather than only in outcomes. The lessons learned on the path create a foundation for lasting fulfillment. Goals may be reached and then replaced by new ambitions, but the skills, insights and inner strength gained during the journey remain. Each challenge faced and overcome adds depth to your character, giving you the wisdom to approach future endeavors with clarity and confidence. It is the cumulative effect of the journey that shapes a life of substance rather than a single moment of attainment. Ultimately, the journey is where transformation occurs. By engaging fully with the process, you develop resilience, courage and insight that no final achievement alone could provide. The goal becomes a marker, but the real value lies in the growth, understanding and evolution experienced along the way. The journey molds you into a stronger, wiser and more capable version of yourself, revealing that striving and learning are far more significant than reaching any endpoint. Persistence is the force that carries you through moments when everything seems stagnant. It is not measured by speed or ease, but by the refusal to stop, the decision to keep moving even when progress appears invisible. Every small step, repeated consistently, builds momentum that cannot be stopped. The act of continuing in the face of difficulty transforms effort into power and determination into results that would have been impossible without unwavering persistence. Persistence shapes the mind as much as it shapes the outcome. Each time you choose to keep going despite obstacles, you strengthen focus, resilience, and discipline. You learn to withstand uncertainty without surrendering, to face failure without losing direction, and to move forward even when fear or doubt whispers that the journey is futile. It is through repeated action that endurance becomes second nature, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to reinforce your inner strength. The bridge built by persistence connects dreams to reality. Desire alone remains abstract and fragile, but persistence lays down the steps that transform it into tangible achievement. Even when progress feels slow, every consistent effort narrows the distance between where you are and where you want to be. Small victories accumulate into momentum, creating a path that gradually rises toward the vision you seek, until what once seemed distant begins to feel attainable. Persistence also teaches patience and perspective. When results do not appear immediately, the mind is tested and the heart is challenged. Yet the very act of persisting trains you to trust the process, to honor the incremental progress, and to see each moment of effort as an essential part of growth. The journey becomes less about instant success and more about building the resilience, wisdom, and skill necessary to sustain achievement when it arrives. Ultimately, persistence turns the unreachable into reality. The sky may appear distant, but for those who continue climbing step by step, it draws closer with every effort. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become markers of strength rather than barriers. Through persistence, desire is transformed into accomplishment, potential into realization, and the dream of touching the sky becomes a tangible truth that is earned, not granted. Opportunities rarely arrive at random, they appear when preparation meets readiness. The world presents chances, but they can only be recognized and seized by those whose mind, body, and vision are aligned. Preparation sharpens perception, cultivates skill, and strengthens awareness so that when the moment arrives, hesitation is replaced by decisive action. Being ready is not a matter of luck, it is the result of consistent effort, learning, and the willingness to grow beyond comfort. Readiness allows you to see doors that others overlook. Many wander through waiting for fortune to knock, unaware that it requires the ability to respond when it does. When your mind is trained, your skills honed, and your focus clear, what once seemed like a coincidence or chance becomes a direct response to your preparation. Opportunities are always present, but only those who are ready can perceive them, understand their value, and step forward with confidence. The alignment of vision and readiness creates momentum. When you know where you want to go and have built capacity to move in that direction, the universe seems to conspire in your favor. Challenges become manageable, paths previously hidden reveal themselves, and choices that once seemed unclear become obvious. The combination of clarity and preparation allows opportunity to be transformed into tangible achievement rather than passing potential. Readiness also demands patience and vigilance. It is not enough to hope for the right moment, you must cultivate the ability to act when it arrives. The universe tests your persistence, your discipline, and your attentiveness, presenting moments that may be small or easily overlooked. Recognizing these moments and responding decisively is what separates those who achieve from those who remain waiting. Every action taken in alignment with preparation brings you closer to realizing your goals. Ultimately, opportunity is not merely given, it is earned through readiness. When your efforts, skills and vision converge, doors open that were previously invisible and the path forward becomes clear. Being ready allows you to transform potential into reality, to act decisively when circumstances align, and to move with confidence toward what you once thought unreachable. The universe rewards preparation, and the prepared mind turns possibility into achievement. Gratitude transforms the way you experience every moment. When you consciously recognize even the smallest victories, the mind begins to shift its focus from what is lacking to what has already been achieved. Each success, each step forward, and each lesson learned becomes a point of acknowledgement, reinforcing the understanding that progress is happening even when it feels slow or invisible. This recognition strengthens confidence and provides clarity, making the journey itself feel more purposeful and meaningful. By appreciating what already exists, the mind expands its perception of possibility. Gratitude opens the awareness to opportunities, resources, and support that often go unnoticed when attention is solely on what is missing. The act of noticing what is present and valuable creates an inner abundance that encourages boldness, creativity, and the courage to pursue higher goals. Small victories serve as reminders that each effort counts and that momentum is built one step at a time. Gratitude also builds resilience. When challenges arise, a mind accustomed to acknowledgement and appreciation does not collapse under pressure. Instead, it recognizes the strength and resources already cultivated, using them as leverage to face obstacles. By reflecting on past achievements, no matter how minor, you find the confidence to continue, the patience to endure, and the clarity to navigate difficulties. Gratitude transforms setbacks into learning and growth rather than sources of discouragement. When you make gratitude a constant practice, your perception of progress changes. Every action becomes meaningful, every step becomes a part of a larger accomplishment, and the distance to your goal appears shorter. Recognizing the small victories reinforces focus and energy, preventing distraction and doubt from overwhelming your efforts. The mind begins to see possibilities where it once saw limitations, and confidence grows alongside a clear sense of direction. Ultimately, gratitude elevates not only perception but also action. By valuing each success, no matter how small, you cultivate a mindset capable of reaching higher, acting with intention, and appreciating the journey as much as the outcome. The practice of acknowledgement strengthens perseverance, sharpens awareness, and transforms ordinary progress into extraordinary achievement. Gratitude becomes a lens through which the sky no longer feels distant, and potential becomes visible and attainable. The sky within reach reflects the harmony of your inner world. When your thoughts, emotions and intentions are aligned, every action you take flows with purpose and clarity. The challenges outside begin to mirror the balance within, and obstacles no longer feel overwhelming because your mind and spirit operate from a place of centeredness. Inner alignment allows you to perceive opportunities with precision and respond to situations with wisdom, making what once seemed distant appear attainable. Awareness shapes your experience of reality. When you are fully present and conscious of your thoughts, emotions and surroundings, you can navigate life with a sense of control and clarity. This heightened perception allows you to act decisively, see paths that others miss, and recognize the potential in every moment. The state of your inner being directly influences how you interact with the outer world, turning challenges into stepping stones and possibilities into realities. Balance is the foundation of sustainable progress. When your energy is not scattered by distraction, doubt, or unresolved emotion, your actions carry strength and direction. Balance prevents impulsive reactions, reduces wasted effort, and maintains focus on what truly matters. The sky feels closer when your inner equilibrium guides every decision, allowing you to reach for your goals without being pulled off course by temporary turbulence. Inner alignment and balance also enhance resilience. External circumstances will always fluctuate, but when your foundation is stable, you can endure setbacks without losing sight of your vision. Your inner state acts as a compass, keeping you steady amidst uncertainty and allowing you to adapt without losing purpose. The challenges you encounter become reflections of your ability to maintain clarity and strength, showing that achievement is a product of inner mastery rather than circumstance. Ultimately, the sky within reach is a reflection of the power cultivated inside you. Achievement, opportunity, and success mirror the alignment, awareness, and balance you have nurtured. When your inner world is strong, deliberate, and centered, the outer world bends to your focus and effort. The distance between what you desire and what you can achieve is shortened because the sky is not merely an external goal, it is the manifestation of your inner state made visible in action. Your potential is not something that can be measured by external circumstances. Every challenge, every limitation imposed by the world exists only until you decide to rise above it. The mind and spirit have a capacity far greater than what appears possible on the surface, and the moment you test that capacity, boundaries begin to dissolve. Circumstances may shape the environment, but they cannot dictate the strength, creativity or resilience that already resides within you. Exploring your potential requires courage. It demands that you step into the unknown, confront uncertainty, and challenge the beliefs that tell you what you can or cannot do. Growth is born in the space where comfort ends and risk begins. Every act of daring expands your limits, reshapes your understanding of possibility, and proves that what you once thought was impossible was simply unexplored. When you stretch toward the sky, you discover that it is not a distant place but a reflection of your own courage and clarity. The higher you reach, the more you realize that the power to transcend limitations was inside you all along. Every step, every effort, every challenge is a part of this journey towards self-realization. When the sky feels within reach, it is not merely a destination, it is the awakening of a consciousness that knows no bounds, ready to soar beyond everything you ever imagined.